Today we are on an adventure to GreenIsland on the Great Barrier Reef, and the departing point for GreenIsland is here right in Cairns in Far North Queensland. Cairns is a vibrant and international destination with cruise liners arriving frequently, and together with one of our international airports, it's a haven for tourists visiting this most unique area of the reef, the rainforest, Port Douglas and the Tablelands. The accommodation in Cairns varies from backpackers to many 3-, 4- and 5-star hotels and resorts. Most 5-star hotels, such as the Hilton, are on the waterfront with many boardwalk and shared pathways along the esplanade. The Shangri-La Hotel is also right at the waterfront and also forms part of the pier marketplace right here at the Marine Harbour. The Reef Hotel Casino with the Pullman and its 5-star hotel is right in the heart of town and is also on the esplanade and only a few hundred metres to our departure point for GreenIsland. The Cairns Wildlife Glass Dome is a spectacular all-weather wildlife exhibit. It's housed inside by a 20-metre high glass dome on the roof of the Reef Hotel Casino, where you can immerse yourself in a rainforest environment while the parrots, cockatoos, the lorikeets fly freely around you. And for the most daring, there are 3 zip lines, one which actually takes you directly over a 4.5-metre saltwater crocodile. Oh my god, would you do that? Then there is a power jump where there is a free fall adventure and also what they call the dome climb as you walk around the external 60 centimetre wide platform where you can actually see Cairns from all angles out to Trinity Inlet and the Coral Sea, Waltz's Pyramid and Gordon Vale. Located in a prime location at the northern end of the city's iconic esplanade is the resort of O'Reilly that just opened in November in 2018 and is featuring 311 stylish rooms and suites, most with balconies, and there are also 3 restaurants, a rooftop bar, a lagoon and also a private beach. The owner arrived from overseas a few years ago and decided that Cairns was such a beautiful place to invest a few dollars, so he came back and actually renovated the O'Reillys, and at the moment he's building 3 more hotels and resorts right here in Cairns. Cairns City is right on the waterfront of Trinity Inlet and the marina, which is part of the Coral Sea. And at this stage I must also apologise for the murky waters. This is actually the first day that we've been able to do filming. We have had rain for 2 weeks, 24/7, day in, day out. And of course, you know, all the rain comes from the mountains down into the Barron River and into Trinity Inlet, just stirring up all the waterfront. And especially in high tide, yeah, it doesn't look good, but once we get to GreenIsland, you'll see the difference. This is the calm water section of Trinity Inlet, actually looking towards the east and also south of Cairns. This part is used for the cruise ships actually to come in, and also where many people, locals, actually go fishing. It's pretty quiet, and also we have calm water dinner cruises at night. This is the old marina called the Marlin Wharf that was used like many years ago, and they've actually left the structure there, and it's now heritage listed, so it cannot be removed. The Reef Fleet Terminal is where we actually check in our luggage for Green Island. Today we are on Great Adventures, but there are a number of other companies that can actually take you to Green Island, the Reef, and also Fitzroy Island, such as Sunlover, the Big Cat, Green Island Rocket, but they can all take you there. We are taking a smaller vessel today with Great Adventures. All the larger vessels have already left this morning, and this is the 1 o'clock boat, and the reason why we are taking the 1 o'clock boat is because our room won't be ready until 2 o'clock. Another way to enjoy the reef is to take a helicopter ride. A number of companies that actually will pick you up right here on the Esplanade. There is no need to go to the airport. They will fly you about 500 to 1,000 feet over the reef, and the sight is just absolutely spectacular. This is the lagoon right on the Esplanade. It was built by the Cairns City Council a few years ago in the interest for both the locals and also the visitors. There are a number of activities right throughout the day, such as water aerobics and Pilates and water yoga, and many other related activities, and yes, it's all for free. The lagoon is open 6 days a week, except on a Wednesday when council is actually doing maintenance to the pool. And it's good to know that we also have lifeguards at various places. I think it's about 3 places, different places around the pool. And just another word of advice, use your sunscreen.
Shout it to the driver, conductor, you not slow down, I think I see you. Letting out the bus, lady. Is that you? Oh, lady.
And yes, there are a few colourful characters around town, quite a few buskers that play just on the street, maybe for a couple of pennies. This is Jono. Jono has been going, I've known Jono for something like 35 years. He first started Jono's Blues Bar here in Cairns and is still busking today. I think Ian, that's what his real name is 73 years old now and still going strong. So if you see him, just throw him a couple of pennies.
Every time I see you, you're out with someone new.
The Pier Marketplace is a shopping complex and forms part of the Shangri-La Hotel. It runs along the most beautiful boardwalk with many restaurants overlooking the marina, Trinity Inlet, and also the Rainforest Mountains to the east. The boardwalk starts at the cruise terminal past the marina, and then another further 2.5 kilometres along the esplanade. All the boardwalks and paths are shared and can be used between foot traffic, bikes, mobility scooters, also those setways, and skateboard riders are also able to use it. There are many gym equipment sites along the way. A low-level rock climbing wall is there, and beach volleyball. And yes, it's all free to use. The new markets are held each Saturday morning between 8 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And quite often bands play there to the public for free. Muddy's Playground is another initiative by the Cairns Council, and it also forms part of the Esplanade. Muddy's Playground is open every day of the year from 9 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock at night, and that includes public holidays and weekends. Muddy's is a modern, fun and safe playground, and includes parklands. It incorporates active and passive, interactive and educational facilities with a combination of play equipment. There's also no need to go anywhere else, as there is a Muddy's restaurant for breakfast and lunch. Another activity to do before you depart to GreenIsland is to visit the newly constructed Cairns Aquarium. The Cairns Aquarium is the only aquarium in the world dedicated to the habitats and species of tropical North Queensland. The Cairns Aquarium connects visitors with the natural wonders of the Great Barrier Reef. As we are travelling towards the northern beaches, you can truly see that Cairns is surrounded by rainforest mountains, and surprisingly, with all the developments that we're having, it still feels like country, and driving through the cane fields on both sides of the main road is just an extra bonus. On the other side of these mountains are the tablelands and its historical indigenous village of Kuranda. There are three popular ways of getting to Kuranda. There's one way by winding road, the scenic Kuranda rail and the Sky Rail cable car. By rail you can start at the Cairns railway station or the next and only stop at Freshwater railway connection. There are two services per day, one at 8:30 and the other one at 9:30. The scenic Kuranda Rail works closely in conjunction with SkyRail, and you're able to buy your tickets where you travel up by rail and back down the mountain with SkyRail. And then the buses will come and pick you up and take you back to your starting point. The 34-kilometre journey will take approximately 1 hour and 45 minutes and travel through 15 handmade tunnels and over 37 towering bridges. Both the scenic rail and the Sky Rail will take you past the famous Barron River Falls, which are in flood right now due to the massive rainfall that we've had during the last few weeks. main starting station for Skyrail is here at Smithfield. The cableway is 7.5 kilometres, which is 4.7 miles long. It has a total of 103 cabins, each capable of seating 6 passengers, and I think also 11 diamond view gondolas. I think they're the ones where the whole floor is made out of glass or perspex. There are 32 towers in total, which the highest tower is 40.5 metres tall. Smithfield seems to be a hub of different activities. Skyrail is right here, of course, and next to Skyrail we have Jebagai Indigenous Cultural Centre and the Armour Artillery Museum. There's also a water ski park, a mini golf driving range and a go-kart hire. We are just about to embark on an adventure to GreenIsland. Luggage is checked in and cared for when you stay overnight at the resort, and you will find it in your room on check-in. The journey with the catamaran takes approximately 45 minutes from Cairns terminal to the GreenIsland jetty. A lot of tourists, when they get on the boat, they go and sit inside, missing all the wonderful views that Cairns has to offer. There's the Shangri-La again. And of course the boat harbour was destroyed many years ago during a cyclone and completely rebuilt. We're also enjoying the private yachts that actually come into Cairns. Some of them actually stay here for a couple of weeks. The skyline today looks absolutely dramatic. I haven't seen it like that for quite some time. Lots of times we just have blue skies. The cloud formations are just amazing. This is looking towards the northern beaches of Palm Cove, Clifton Beach. We are on approach to GreenIsland. GreenIsland is a small 15-hectare coral cay which can be walked around in about 20 minutes, making it a popular destination for day trippers. The circumference is roughly about 1.5 kilometres, and it's 300 metres wide and 650 metres long. The edges of the island are compacted coral and beautiful sandy beaches. At the moment we've got an extraordinary high tide. It's 3.4 metres, which is very unusual. The interior of the island is mainly rainforest, and a resort only takes up about 12% of the total island, so there's still plenty of places where people can escape to. GreenIsland is home to 126 native plant species and a myriad of bird life, and it's surrounded by magnificent coral gardens. As soon as you step foot on the island, you will feel how peaceful the island really is. We are now in the public area where most of the day trippers spend their day. There are a number of shops such as the dive shop and also a clothes shop should you have left your bathers at home and your hat. Yes, it's all here. There are a number of eateries such as light bikes where you can get your fish and chips, your burgers and other delicious food. Emerald Restaurant is open for lunch for both day trippers and also house guests. And there's a bar next to the pool, of course. Reflections is the bar next to the main public pool. And you can also order pizzas and burgers, but that is actually not made there. It comes from the main dining room. For nearly 50 years, Green Island has been one of Cairns' primary tourist attractions. It's a small coral quay. It had once nothing more than a jetty. The jetty was made out of those old railway sleepers. It also had a marine viewing point at the end of the jetty where you could actually go down underwater and see all the coral and the fishies, and also a few huts. We stayed on our first experience with Green Island in 1979. Our accommodation were little huts made out of, would you believe, asbestos sheeting. They were pulled down and rebuilt with Western red cedar cladding, but that only lasted a short period of time. When the resort was closed, I think it must have been like 18 months or nearly 2 years, and totally rebuilt to a 5-star haven when it was taken over by the Japanese Daikyo company, and it has since become a jewel for Cairns and the Great Barrier Reef. The resort is widely regarded as one of the world's most eco-sensitive tourist developments, and structurally the resort buildings and the infrastructure and the boardwalks were built with minimal vegetation clearing, and in many cases the structures were also built around the trees. None of the buildings extrudes above the tree canopy, therefore preserving the natural appearance of the island from the water, the shoreline and also from the air. This is actually one of the examples that that tree has been there for I don't know how long, but hundreds and hundreds of years, was not allowed to be removed, and the buildings were actually built around that tree. We always feel welcome walking into one of the units there, mainly built of local timbers. Well appointed with a separate shower and a spa bath. And if you think that bed is small, trust me, it's actually a super king size bed.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Green Island. Today is 22nd of January 2019, and Richard and I and Paul and Tress and the boys have been staying here since yesterday. We came across when the crossing was from Cairns to Green Island. It was pretty rough, but it was still a whole lot of fun. The weather has consistently improved since we've been here, and it's just been the most amazing stay. Green Island has this amazing feel about it. You can actually smell it, feel it, hear it, and it's just forever the same. I haven't seen Green Island looking as lush as this for many years. All of you, all the family and really close friends, you all know that we've been coming here for 35 years, so Yeah, it's a long time, but it is just worth every opportunity. If you ever get to come and stay here, it's just worth every little penny that you can. The bird life is incredible. There's a little curlew just about to walk past. We did the glass bottom boat this morning on a record 3.4 metre king tide, and when we walked back from seeing, after we on the glass bottom boat, we actually saw turtles, lots and lots of fish, and then walking back from the glass bottom boat back along the pier, all these beaches had actually disappeared. So that was something I'd never seen before, but it was really worthwhile. You're okay, thank you. You're okay. There you go. Sorry. Thank you. Enjoy. It's okay. Enjoy. You're on the movies. Okay. Yeah. The other thing that's actually happened this morning was, as a lot of you know, that when we go on our cruises, it's Katie's up at the crack of dawn, as the captain suggests, and go and see the highlights of the morning and the sunrises and the area that we're passing through. Today Richard and I got up at 6:30 and we actually walked that whole length of that pier, which hopefully Richard can pan around and show you. And we saw reef sharks. I saw the most perfect turtle, green turtle that I've seen in a long time. And it actually breached. Please go. Okay. Yeah. It actually breached out of the water and came up and went down, and I couldn't help it. When we went to Marineland, Malanesia, I actually brought myself a miniature green turtle, so another treasured moment. Not only did we see the reef sharks, we saw other turtles, and we saw the great trevallies, and heaps of schoolfish, and it was really, we lost ourselves. We were there for, please come, over an hour and 20 minutes. It's okay. Yeah, so what's happening now is at this time of day, please go, yeah, Green Island, if you're lucky enough you can stay here, and there's about 46 units on the island. And the other thing too is that there's a limited number of day tourists that come across. And about 2 o'clock, which I think we're closer to 3 o'clock now, this time 3, the poor day trippers have to start making their way back towards the resort, getting ready to go back on the last boat that goes at 4 o'clock back to the mainland. Tonight we're going to go out and do the feeding of the fish at 5 o'clock. Then we have drinkies put on by the resort at 5:15, and then Paul and Tress and the boys, and please come, and Richard and I are going to actually we're going to actually go out and find a table. Please come. It's okay. And watch the sunset. So we've actually put our reservation for dinner tonight back till... please come. No hurry. Enjoy.
Okay.
That's okay. Enjoy every moment. Yeah. So that we'll put our dinner reservation back until 7:15, so that we can make the most of this beautiful day. There's also obviously with the king tide, that goes hand in hand with the full moon. So we'll see what we can score with the rising moon tonight as well. Okay, everyone. I'm starting to burn here in the sun, so talk to you soon. Bye.
As part of the package, when you're a house guest, there are a number of things that are included, and one of those things is the actual fish feeding that takes place at the bend of the pier at 5 o'clock every day. There are a number of different species of fish that feed here every day. There we've got the great black trevallies, and also just saw a black, oh there he is again, the black-tipped shark. Every night for the house guests, the resort puts up a pre-dinner drink package.
She always has
and that's done after the fish feeding at 5:15. Lasts for about half an hour or so. You can have sparkling, white and red wine, and also drinkies for the kids as well. This is Emerald restaurant, but the whole resort actually at night looks absolutely amazing. The ambience is just absolutely outstanding. As mentioned before, there are a couple of other places where you can eat, such as pizzas, but you'll find that most people actually eat at the Emerald restaurant with its, I suppose, fine dining ambience. Yes, food, absolutely yummy. And whenever we travel with our Sydney crew, we always have to have a party table, don't we? This is the view of our balcony of our unit, and of course the area is cordoned off between the day trippers, and this part is only for house guests only. There are walkways between like the restaurants and all the units, so even during the day you don't have to worry about the sun, and when it rains you don't have to worry about the rain. As mentioned before, a number of things are included as you are a house guest, and one of those is the glass bottom boat tour. A couple of tours in the morning, but they've got plenty of boats for everybody to enjoy it.
Structure in the world, making up about 1/5 of the world's total reef area. It extends about 2,300 kilometres or 1,300 miles down the entire east coast of Queensland. It is so large that astronauts can see it from space. The Great Barrier Reef is home to an amazing number of fish, coral, shells, crabs and other marine life. It is also home to many endangered reef animals, including sea turtles.
Turtle! On the left side, have a look.
The Great Barrier Reef Marine Park was established in 1975 by the Australian Federal Government and was listed as a World Heritage Area in 1981. GreenIsland Reef is fully protected. Fishing and taking anything from the reef and the island is banned. Today, you are visiting GreenIsland Reef, and this reef is only one of nearly 3,000 reefs that make up the entire Great Barrier Reef. If you look closely as we come close to the reef, you will see the reef is a three-dimensional structure with some form of marine life living in every space. Although some reef animals are difficult to see because they live tucked into the reef for protection,
Marine Croc Park was first established in 1954 as Marineland, but in 1971 Marineland Croc Park was established when the Craig family actually bought their amazing collection of crocodiles and primitive tribal art. There are a number of crocodiles here at the marine park. What he's trying to do is trying to get him out from the depth of the water. He's getting teased a little bit. There are two feedings, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, and what they're actually feeding him is a whole chicken. This particular crocodile is called Whitey. It's 4.1 metres long and it weighs 300 kilos, and they say he's about 45 years old. He has his girlfriend living there with him. I think her name is Ignoa. She's 40 years old and only weighs about 130 kilos. I think they should let him have it now. There he goes. Misses again. This is Ignoa, the girlfriend of Whitey. And she's being teased as well a little bit. There she goes. She's got it. There you have the details of Whitey and Ignoa. This is Cassius, the largest crocodile in captivity. He actually came from Northern Territory. It's been there since 1987. He is estimated to be about 110 years old. He's 5.5 metres long and weighs more than 1 tonne. And the carer was actually saying that Cassius eats chicken, fish, pork and island visitors. When everybody started laughing, I think the latter is a little bit bizarre. I don't think that's true. As we were walking through the park, it has the most unique atmosphere that you will experience during your visit. The feeling is though you are deep within the Melanesian jungle. There's also the opportunity for the kids to hold a crocodile, and I must tell you that the snout has been taped up, so there's no way that the crocodile can actually attack you. At Marine Melanesia, they have also set up quite a number of different tanks to show you what it really looks like underwater. A lot of people can't snorkel or dive, so here they are actually showing you what it is really like. There are a number of little fishies, but I can assure you, when you go diving or snorkeling, you'll see a lot more than this. There are two types of coral. One is what they call a hard coral, and it actually, some of them actually looks like a brain. And then you've got the soft coral, the one that actually sways in the water. The colours of the real reef when you go snorkeling or diving are exactly as what you are seeing here. That is what they call the soft coral. And of course, when you go diving or snorkeling, the best day to do that is when you've got plenty of sunshine, because the more sunshine, the more colour you will get on the reef.
everyone. Just a quick little add-on to what we were just talking about before. As I said tonight, we were going to find a place to have after drinkies before we go to dinner, and we did on the way back to our unit. I said to Richard, we've never been down this path before. We've actually found 2 sets of tables. They'll be perfect for just, it's pretty well hidden, perfect for just the 6 of us. And then we can come down here quietly, all by ourselves, and just watch the sunset over Cairns. So we're looking out over, we can see Fitzroy, Little Fitzroy, then the Cape, and then straight towards Cairns. So guess what? Success! We've found it. So we'll be back later on tonight and we'll watch the sun go down. See you soon. Bye.
From the area where all the shops are, there is a path that runs through the middle of the island where you can experience the beauty of the tropical rainforest. The path that actually runs right to the other side of the island is user-friendly and for everybody to enjoy. The bird life on the island is quite incredible, and these little critters are everywhere. I think they're called rails. The pathway that runs through the middle of the island ends up on the eastern side of the island, but as you can see today there's not much beach. Hence the high tide of 3.4 metres. And that's why the girls had to crawl over those roots to get to the other side of the island.
You weren't filming that, were you? Yeah.
As Katie mentioned before, she found this little place just for us where we can have our pre-dinner drinks by ourselves and see the sun go down. And with the compliments of the resort management, he actually dropped a few bottles of sparkling into our room.
Keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Keep going, keep going.
You be the diva.
You ready for it? Here we go. Okay. Cheers, cheers, guys. Green Island. Cheers. Awesome.
And I think by looking at those people, weren't they the same people that were on that party table there at the restaurant that night?
Now we've got to edit all that.
Sorted it.
We're going to edit.